Well, tonight in the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of people out here, with Trump making all these moves, want to try to fearmonger you. They want to get you afraid, scared. Oh, man, Trump gonna get you. All kind of different things that they are, he do an executive order. They're not even bothering taking the time to read it, but then they just jumping online what they heard and just saying some things. But prior to Trump or anybody else, our people have been through everything. And I want to play this video because this one sister is going to be so spot on about what the message that black people need to be receiving right now.
Before everybody start fear mongering and losing their mind, just a quick reminder that we are black. We are black. Ain't nothing in this world black people ain't been through. Not a single thing. You can't even name it. Nothing. Name one thing. You can't. We are the only race that is equipped to survive anything. Anything. Okay? Now, granted, do we always want to be in survival mode? No. But sometimes you got to avenge and be Thanos. I mean, it ain't nothing that we ain't never did before. Let me remind you that George Bush had 2 terms. While we were getting bombed, he was reading Dr. Seuss to some kindergartners. Do you recall? Okay, now, come on now, tighten up. Y'all fear-mongering too much. Relax, we're black.
And I'm glad this sister says this because we've been seeing more and more of this. And, with, the Democrat shields, that's what they are trying to do. Because they're trying to save face, right? Because they want you afraid. They want you so scared. But think about it. When they were talking about the DEI thing, oh, see, DEI gone. There was no DEI when I was a kid. With my mother and father, grandparents, or whatever, no such thing as a DEI. You had to get it how you live as a black person, right? It's just that simple. And one thing that the way I was raised is that you don't go looking for no government program to do anything for you. You get it out the mud on your own because waiting on them to give you something, you may not get it at all. Why would you want to give them that much power anyway over you? If you're in your 5 senses, you could walk, you could talk, you could see and hear. Your brain works. Then you can get it, man. Or sis, you can get it. Stop letting these people trying to scare you about Donald Trump. Oh, man, he gonna do this and he gonna do that. Man, Trump not gonna do nothing that ain't been done already. What more can he really do to black people that haven't been done? We've been mass incarcerated. That's already been done. We've been enslaved. We went through the black codes. We went through sharecropping, convict leasing, Jim Crow. They bombed our churches, destroyed our cities, redlined us. I can go on and on and on, put bad food in our neighborhood, bad health care. What more are they really going to do they haven't done already? Let's just think about that. It's not much. Now, these other groups, if they do that to them, that's something new on them. But us, we have literally had everything thrown at us. Everything has happened to us, and we survived it. We're still here. We have a staying power. We have a survival power that other people do not have. And that's why they're always trying to study black people, even in colleges. How does black people tick? How do they make it? How do they do this? How do they do that? We don't understand. Is always a question with all of this. It's a question. Because they don't know how we survived all that. They know what they done to us. They know. In their mind, we shouldn't even be here no more. But they say, man, not only are they still here, they're 43 million strong. Even in the midst of all the stuff they tried to do. They tried to take out our babies with abortion. They tried to throw feminism on the women. They want to bug break the men. And yet we still survive even in the midst of all of that. We always going to be all right. Because I always say we God's children. That's why we're going to be okay. Our birth rates isn't dropping. Nothing is happening with us like that. When it came to the pandemic, they was, Birdman hand rubbing because say, oh, man, look what's happening. Boy, it's going to take out a lot of black people. It's going to take out a lot of Africans and all of that. And none of that even happened. More of them had went the way they thought we were going to go than us. That's why they was rushing so much about that medication that they came out with. Bro, we are survivors. We survived the pandemic. We'll survive another one. We'll survive all kind of things because that's who we are as a people. It's nothing to be fear. Like what they gonna do? And fear is not even from the Lord. Fear is from the devil. And also, your ancestors would be ashamed of you running around here scared. Oh, I'm scared. He's taking this program. I'm scared. Like, what? Our ancestors had a real reason to be scared. We not even living the life of our ancestors. None of us are. So our ancestors expect us to continue to fight and not be afraid and stand in the midst of danger. Finish the fight for our ancestors. Stop being afraid of every freaking thing. Because I have no sympathy with that fear stuff. I don't. You stand and fight. Then these people scare you. Oh, he gonna do this. He ain't gonna do nothing. Nobody gonna do nothing that ain't been done already. Well, what new they gonna do? They just about done it all. Right? But like I say, we'll be all right. We're gonna be all right. Like I say, really, we ain't got to do much of nothing but just, like they say, stand back and watch the show. That's really where we at with it right now. Watch the show that's going on and just getting in our communities and fixing our issues and problems. That's all we got to do right now is that. We don't have to do nothing more or nothing less. We are in a great position as black people in this country. Great position. Don't let them people fearmonger you. Don't do that. Like that sister say, we black. We done been through it all. What more could they do to us?